I'm Ebonie Allard and I'm the Entrepreneur Enabler. It's my mission to inspire as many creative, innovative, geeky, misfit entrepreneurs as I possibly can. So every other week I bring you 8 in 8, 8 questions in 8 minutes from entrepreneurs all over the world who are living lives as extraordinary as they are. This week we have Sam Nordberg. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Sam from samnordberg.com and I'm ready for 8 in 8. I have 8 questions over here. I have a timer down here. Let's give this a go. Question number 1. What does being an entrepreneur mean to you? Hell, that's a huge question. Okay, so being an entrepreneur means that I have control over my own life. And I think that was the biggest thing for me. It means that I am in control of what I do. I'm in control of how I do it and when I do it and where I do it. And it means I get to live my life serving others and giving back part of what I've got and part of what I know to other people. And that was really huge for me. But I think the biggest thing being an entrepreneur means was not just control over my life, but the ability to provide the lifestyle that I wanted for my children. And that is bigger than anything else. But being able to provide them with something amazing, that's an entrepreneur's lifestyle. Beyond that, I think it means that you have to step up to the plate every single day. Being an entrepreneur is huge. It's exhausting. It's all-encompassing. It's amazing, but it's full on. It's not for the faint-hearted, that's for sure. What did I want to be when I grew up? A good question. I wasn't one of those kids who always wanted to be something. I think when I was in high school, I wanted to be a high school geography teacher. It's funny now because I teach people how to teach people, but you couldn't pay me enough to go and work in a high school, let alone teach geography. So it's definitely not happening. When did you first decide to be self-employed? I was working retail as a general manager for a really big retail firm here in Australia. I had been working for them for many, many years. I loved my job, but I got to a point where they were telling me to do things that I really, really didn't want to do. I think at one point they asked me to cut 10 grand a week from our wages budget. That's a lot of people's jobs. And I didn't agree with why they were making the cuts. They were making the cuts because they wanted to provide cheap-ass, dirty products that were shitty and broke all the time, but so they can make a bigger profit margin. And I kind of got to a point where I'm like, I don't want to be involved with this anymore. It's horrible. Why do I want to put my name to this? So I got out, and at that point I realized that I didn't want to have to abide by anyone else's policies and procedures anymore, that I really needed to do it my own way. And my morals and values wouldn't let me do it anyone else's way. So I guess that's it. Who inspires you? This is a crazy one. Of course, there's all the really big names in internet marketing. Marie Forleo, Kimra Luna is pretty cool. But the biggest inspiration in my life is my dad and my mum. But dad has always been, in corporate, but really amazing, really driven. He's got some huge goals. He's very certain of himself. He knows that he's going to retire before retirement age. Hey, he's got all his finance planned. He's got his everything sorted and organized, and he's got a head screwed on straight. So there's nothing more inspiring than watching someone work damn hard to reach their goals and be determined to provide a lifestyle for their kids, which was me, that he wanted to provide. And I think, that's the biggest inspiration I could have had. What's non-negotiable on your schedule? Sleep is massively non-negotiable. I get really, really shitty with anything less than 7 hours sleep. You don't want to know me, so that's vital. The other thing beyond that is time with my kids. I divorced, split custody, which means that my kid time is non-negotiable. It's mine. When I actually get to see them, there's nothing getting in the way of that time, and I'm sorry, that's kid time, whether you like it or not. What makes me feel people? Can I say that? What makes me feel I work with my ex-husband. My ex-husband is my business partner, and let's be honest, sometimes that drives me fucking insane. But he's amazing, and he brings some really cool talents to the business partnership that I don't have, and we work really well together. But as you can imagine, working with your ex-husband does have its ups and its downs, so yeah, drives me a little insane. And what do I do that helps me feel more sleep? Can I go back to sleep? Plan. I'm a planner. I'm sorry. And I love to do it with pen and paper. I'm a notes kind of girl and a list kind of girl, and I've probably got a stack. You don't want to see my desk. I've got a stack of bits of paper everywhere. I love to write shit down. So the thing that helps me get my head around everything I have to do is making lists. Lists, and more lists. And I'd like to tell you I was all fancy and organized, and they were on Asana and Trello and all these amazing apps and Evernote, and they're not. They're on a bit of paper in a diary. I have a big diary that goes in there. But it works, yeah. And if I don't have any internet, I can still use it. What would I like my epitaph to read? I'm going to assume that's my gravestone. Welcome to Australia. I don't know what that means. Um, uh, she came, she saw, she conquered. That's got to be a better one than that. Don't poke, might come back alive again. That's a really hard one. For me, part of what I wanted to do was make sure that I left a legacy for everyone I met and everyone that I interact with, and majoritively my kids. Something I went to an event a while back and I got, I was 6, it's upside down. I got legacy tattooed to my arm because honestly, when I leave, I don't want to be remembered by a stone in the ground or the ceremony that they have at my funeral, but I want to be remembered for all the impact that I had on other people and all the things I shared and everything I did. And that was me. For everything I left behind was a legacy for someone else, for my kids, for my family, for the people I interact with. So you know what? I don't really care what it says. All that matters is that I've made an impact on someone else's life, and that's how I'll be remembered, in their memories and their thoughts. So that's it. That was 8 in 8, and I actually had a couple of minutes to spare. It's not bad, really. So there you go.